All right, get ready to dive into the amazing world of cosplay with Viridis Zombabe, a really talented cosplayer from Puerto Rico. You know, their journey is so interesting, a mix of creativity and community and finding yourself. And we're going to unpack all of that, like right from the very beginning.
You know, what I find so cool is how this deep dive shows us not just one person's story, but also the whole cosplay scene in Puerto Rico. It's this lively, energetic world that most people don't even know about.
Totally. And the best place to start is with Viridis' own origin story, right?
Yeah.
So picture this, Halloween 2016. Young Viridis, who also goes by Willow Green, decides to try cosplay for the first time as Slenderman.
Oh, wow. Interesting choice for a first cosplay.
Yeah.
So they were already drawn to the kind of creepy and mysterious stuff, which, by the way, you totally see pop up again in some of their later costumes.
Yeah. Like that Slenderman was a sign of things to come. And get this, they even wore it again to their very first convention, Puerto Rico Comic-Con in 2017. Talk about an entrance.
It's that moment, right? When you go from just liking something by yourself to sharing it with a whole bunch of people who get it. That first convention can be huge.
Huge is right. And for Viridis, it was just the start of this journey where they didn't just make amazing costumes, but also found their people in the cosplay community. And speaking of those costumes, the ones they made early on, it's like looking back at how they were figuring themselves out.
Totally. Like those early choices. Kate the Chaser, Masked Maid. It's subtle, but you can see hints of them exploring their gender identity even back then.
It's like those costumes were little clues along the way. But it wasn't just about what they chose to cosplay as. Their skills were getting better too. Remember, we're not talking about store-bought stuff here. Viridis went all in on making their own costumes, even creating this whole homemade Spider-Man suit, the homecoming version.
That's what I'm talking about. It's that dedication, you know? That's what separates the casual cosplayers from the ones who are really, truly into it. It's like they want to understand the materials, the techniques, the whole challenge of making a character come to life.
For real. And that dedication went to a whole new level with the symbiote Spider-Man suit. This wasn't just another costume, it was a total game changer for them.
It is amazing how just one costume can be that turning point, you know? It's like It shows off their skills, their passion, and draws other people to them.
Exactly. And for Viridis, that's what happened. That symbiote Spider-Man suit put them on the map in the Puerto Rican cosplay community. It opened up all these doors to new friends and collaborations, stuff they couldn't have even imagined before.
This is where things get really interesting, because online and offline communities collide. Viridis goes to the small convention and meets two people who become super important in their cosplay journey, Sam Cuso 787 and Maldo Prime.
I know, right? It's 2018, just a regular day, and bam, lasting friendship. These three hit it off right away, talking about anime and video games and obviously cosplay. They even made a WhatsApp group. They called it Otaku Force 2018, a place online where they could geek out together.
And you know what happens? That little online group, that was just the seed of something way bigger.
Otaku Force 2018 wasn't going to stay that way for long, was it?
Nope, it wasn't. Christmas 2018, get ready for it, Gamer Force is born. They took that online group and turned it into a real deal cosplay group. It's amazing how often that happens, right? Online friends become real-life friends.
Totally. When you're that passionate about something, you want to take it offline, you know? Work on projects together, go to conventions, all that. Gamer Force was the perfect place for Viridis to do all that and more. But then, things took another turn when a new group showed up. All Elite Memes. Or AEM for short.
Oh yeah, AEM. They brought a whole other energy. They were led by Kenny Nellyburr, or Kenny, as most people know him. And through AEM, Viridis got to go to even more events and meet even more people in the community.
It's like this ripple effect, you know? Passionate people coming together, each one bringing their own friends and experiences. Viridis became good friends with Kenny, and another important person, Sixto, who also goes by Sector 66 in the cosplay world. Totally. Sixto really helped Viridis get out there, you know? Break free and fully experience the convention scene. It was like the perfect environment for them to grow, both creatively and personally. And speaking of personal growth, this is where we see another side of Viridis' journey, one of self-discovery, which kind of intertwines with their cosplay journey. Picture this, March 2019, Manga Criolla Convention. Amidst all the amazing costumes and excitement, Viridis meets someone, Sarah.
It's crazy how these seemingly random encounters can have a huge impact on our lives, right? Like,
Yes.
Not just our hobbies, but also how we see ourselves.
So true.
Wow.
And this meeting was especially significant because, well, Sarah wasn't just another cosplayer. She was Viridis' first transgender friend. And remember, at this point, Viridis is still figuring out their own gender identity. So this connection, it planted these seeds of understanding and acceptance that became super important down the line.
Representation matters, you know what I mean? Seeing yourself in others, finding people who get it, it's so validating, especially during those years when you're still discovering who you are. And for Viridis, this meeting, it feels like a turning point.
It really does. Because fast forward to early 2022, Viridis makes a big decision. They come out as a trans woman. It's such a powerful moment, you know? It's about embracing who you truly are. And when you look back on their cosplay up until then, those early costumes, those little hints of gender exploration, they take on a whole new meaning.
It's like cosplay was this safe space for them to explore, right? To try out different parts of themselves before fully stepping into who they are. You don't always hear about that side of cosplay, but it's powerful.
You got that right. And from here on out, Viridis' cosplays aren't just about becoming a character. They're about connecting those characters to their own life, adding this whole other layer of authenticity. And speaking of characters, get ready for some amazing cosplays. We're about to take a whirlwind tour through Viridis' cosplay chronicles.
Oh, I am so ready. A timeline of pure creativity, challenges, and community. Hit me with it.
Okay, so rewind back to 2019. Viridis decides to spice things up at school. And I don't mean a little bit. We're talking full-on cosplay.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Froppy, the froggy hero from My Hero Academia, and even Kazumi Kiryu, the awesome Yakuza protagonist. Now that's how you make an entrance.
Fearless, they weren't afraid to stand out, to embrace what they loved. It makes you wonder how many people saw that and thought, hey, maybe I can do that too.
I know, right? And that same confidence, you see it in one of their most iconic cosplays, Emperor Cusco. Not once, but 3 times they rocked that cosplay, each one more memorable than the last. And let's not forget that line, boom, baby.
Yeah.
Delivered perfectly every time.
That's what I love about cosplay, you know, that pure joy, that playfulness. It's a reminder that it's not just about how good the costume is, it's about becoming the character, having fun, and making other people smile.
And Viridis gets that. But their cosplay adventures didn't stop at conventions and schools. They even took their costumes to, wait for it, Walmart. And get this, even church.
Okay, now that's dedication. It's like they were saying cosplay belongs everywhere, making a statement just by existing in those spaces. I love it.
Right. And while some cosplays were all about fun, others were more personal for Viridis. They reflected their journey and growth.
Oh yeah, those cosplays that have a deeper meaning, a story beyond the costume. Tell me more about those.
All right, we'll take their Froppy cosplay. It wasn't just about looking the part, it was a big step in their makeup journey, you know, a way to explore different sides of femininity and presentation.
It's like cosplay and their self-discovery journey were totally in sync. They use makeup as a tool to transform, just like cosplay itself.
And then there's Dr. Carodius. Viridis actually came up with this character.
Yeah.
A plague doctor, but with a twist. This cosplay wasn't just creative, it actually won them awards. People loved it.
There's something really special about bringing your own character to life, wouldn't you say? The imagination, the creativity, the attention to detail, it's next level.
For sure. And speaking of dedication, their Sideswipe costume from Transformers, it showed everyone how skilled and resilient they are. That costume, it was a tough one. Lots of setbacks, tears, even moments of doubt. But Viridis pushed through with a little help from their amazing mom.
It reminds you that behind every incredible cosplayer, there's usually a whole support system. It shows how powerful community can be, especially when things get tough creatively.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And community, it was huge for Viridis. Not just for support, but for opportunities to grow, be recognized, and shine. Their journey is like this mix of highs and lows. From the incredible foam-wigged adult Gon, everyone was blown away by that one, to the amazing Dragapult Tujinka. That's a human version of the Pokemon, for those who don't know. They actually won second place with that one at Puerto Rico Comic-Con 2022.
Wow, second place. That must have felt amazing. All their hard work and talent being recognized by fellow cosplayers.
It really shows how much talent and drive Viridis has, and it says a lot about the cosplay community, you know. It's a welcoming and supportive place. But their journey isn't all about winning. Remember Princess Roddy Tops, that cute zombie girl from the Shantae games? Viridis' cosplay of her became a huge hit, not just because of how well made it was, but because of how much fun Viridis had being her.
It's that contagious energy that really makes the cosplayer stand out, wouldn't you agree?
100%. And with Denaria, their custom-made dinosaur fursuit, Viridis took things to another level. We're talking full-on fursuit here.
Fursuits now, that's a whole other world. The amount of work that goes into making those, the detail, it's mind-blowing.
It really shows their ambition and how they always want to push boundaries. But it's more than that. It shows them entering a whole new community, the furry fandom.
The furry fandom, known for being super inclusive, welcoming, and celebrating all things furry, am I right?
You got it. And it's through Viridis' experiences in this unique community that we can really appreciate just how diverse the cosplay world is. It's like you said, so many different paths you can take. And Viridis, they keep adding new layers to their journey with every costume, every community, every experience.
I know, right? It's like this ongoing evolution. That's what makes their stories so fascinating to follow. And there's no better example than their experience at Puerto Rico SakaijuCon back in 2024.
Yeah.
That vlog they made, oh man, it's like you're right there with them, experiencing the heart and soul of that community.
Seriously, you feel that energy from the second they wake up, all hyped for the con, to that last shot of them saying goodbye. Totally drained, but you can tell they're still riding that high.
I'm telling you, the joy just radiates from that vlog. It's electric. It reminds you of how powerful shared passions can be, you know, how they bring people together no matter what.
And that connection is everywhere. One minute you're blown away by this intricate Queen Muto cosplay, and the next you're laughing with someone dressed as Anxiety from Inside Out. The perfect blend of pure skill and lighthearted fun.
And what's cool is Viridis doesn't shy away from the not-so-glamorous parts of conventions either. Those long lines, the crowds, the heat. It's a good reminder that even though it's all about awesome costumes and excitement, there's still a ton of work and dedication that goes into it all.
Oh, for sure. But even when they're clearly exhausted, that spark in Viridis' eyes never goes away. Being around other cosplayers, sharing that love, it gives them this energy.
It speaks volumes about the cosplay community, especially in Puerto Rico. It's a place where everyone feels welcome and celebrated. It's truly inspiring.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Viridis Zombabe's world, I think we're left with one big question. What can we learn from people like Viridis? People who not only pour their heart into what they love, but also inspire others to do the same, to find their own creative outlet, their own community. What do you think?
It's a question worth asking, because at the end of the day, Viridis' story shows us how transformative creativity can be. It brings people together, breaks down walls, and makes the world a more vibrant, joyful place, one cosplay at a time.
Beautifully said. And there you have it, folks. Another deep dive completed. We'll catch you next time, same place, for more adventures in awesome. Until then, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep being your amazing selves.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Game of Force and AEM, the cosplay community as well. Shoutouts to Ryan, Anya, Diego Rambo, Sunday, Kenny Desbra, Sixto, Sam Kuso, Marshall, Dom, Moshi, and more. I love all of you, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video.